Hello everyone! 12 days of Christmas are 12 days of cookies. But to Asian people, the holidays last until Lunar New Year, the third holiday. So we keep on making cookies. I have a very easy recipe, 5 cookies from one dough recipe. Please come to the kitchen with me. Welcome to SaigoncookTravel. I am Saigon Cook. If you're new to my channel, please like, share my videos, and subscribe. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I have this list of ingredients. You can pause and see. The 2 sticks of butters, I let them at room temperature so that they soften, but not runny. By no means. The powdered sugar and the flour, I shift them to prevent any lumps. And other ingredients we will add along the way. So I put the dry ingredients and ship them together like so. Flour with salt and baking powder. We set it aside. Now I break the eggs because I need 1 egg and 1 yolk. So I remove the whites right now. I broke it in half and get the white in the cup. I am careful so that I can use that white in some other recipe, maybe upcoming making meringue. So I'm careful so that no broken yolks drop into the white, because otherwise you never can whip up a egg white with not pure egg white. You can see I said that the butter softened but not runny. This is the example. You can see when my beater hit it, it softened. Just like so. Normally you take it from the fresh out on the counter for about 10-15 minutes. Now when my butter runs a little bit, I add powdered sugar and I beat it into a mass. Before I add other ingredients. When you start, the butter's yellow, but when you're done, it should be pale color. Now I add my tablespoon of mayonnaise. It's very strange, you hear? Yes, but I did add it, so my cookies will be very moist. Now I add 1 egg first, and after I beat it in, I will add another one. That way I feel better that the egg incorporated thoroughly. Now I have a mass of ingenious dough already. Not dough yet, but the butter, the eggs, the sugar became a mass. Now I add vanilla extract at this point. If you don't have vanilla extract, you can use the powder one, but the liquid one like this is a better quality. Now I add my dry ingredients that I shifted earlier and beat it in. You notice that I add my flour gradually and beat it shortly. I don't want to beat too much at this point, because when you add the flour in, if you beat it too much, your dough will be gummy. So I just make it mix in, that's it. Now I add the rest of my flour and I beat it in gently, and I will be done. So at the end of the dough making, we will have around 800 grams of dough. So I will divide the dough into 4 portions, each one 200 grams around. Now I added my last ingredient, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I add cornstarch in so that my cookies will be flaky and crunchy. Now let's start with the first cookies, that is no bones. So I toast my almond and cashew in a cast iron skillet for 2 to 3 minutes, and I took them out and crushed them roughly. This way is very fast. If you don't want to use stovetop, you can put them in the oven, but it will take about 5-10 minutes to toast. So I mix all my crushed nuts into 200 grams of dough, and I mix it around. I found that the ratio of nuts to dough like this is suitable. If you like more nuts, you can add more. Now I roll my dough out on the parchment paper, and I will shape a rectangular, and I will put it in the fridge to make the dough stiffer, not runny, when I am rolling into a ball, because I will make a ball by rolling between my hands. If you're not making immediately, you can put the dough in the fridge, but I will do right away. So I put my dough in the freezer. It will take me about 5-10 minutes to make the dough stiffer. Don't leave it too long in the freezer. They will get frozen. I think that's good now. The rough rectangular is shaped, and now it's time for the freezer. After 10 minutes, I took the dough out, and now it's ready for making the ball. You can see my powdered sugar is standby, because after we make a ball, we will roll it into the powdered sugar, like so, and put on the baking sheet, and they are ready for the baking. I will bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit about 15 minutes, but I won't bake right away because I'm waiting for the other 4 cookies to bake at one time to save electricity. Bake 5 cookies in one oven at one time. Now let's get on with the next cookies. That is wheat cookies and flour cookies. This is 2 in 1. You can see it's so generous of this recipe. You divide it into 4 doughs. You make 4 cookies, but then in one portion of cookie, when you make it 2. So right now I'm rolling my dough into the thickness of 1/8 of an inch, and I use serrated cutter mold to cut my dough. You can cut by the round one without serrated, but with serrated cutters, it looks nicer. You notice that I use the parchment paper so that it's easy to clean, because I am the only one who's cooking, baking, cleaning and everything in the kitchen, so I don't want to make a lot of mess. Now I try to use this cap to make the holes in the center, but I'm not so happy with this cap. So you can see I position it not in the center, so my reed won't be even all around. You can see, you can have a look closely to my reed dough. So I switch gear and use this sake cups of my husband. His cup of sake, he bought a set, and I use it to make the center horns. And now I fresh One of them, the reed and the center horn with egg white, and I attach raisins and sprinkles on my reeds to make it festive. You can see red, blue, green, and even pink in the sprinkles. So it will make it festive this way. Now for the center horns cut out, I use these pansy flowers and attach to them. Remember, use organic flowers. If you not growing yourself, you make sure to buy the organics, because to prevent pesticides and something like this to eat into our bellies. I got the flowers, wash them and dry them on the kitchen paper towel so that they dry. Now my reeds and my flour cookies stand by. Now we get onto the pipe cookies with the jam in the center. So I have this portion of dough, that means 200 grams, and I roll into the saran wrap this way. I can just pick that up and put into the whip bags like so, with the tip. I have this tip, but you can use the 1M. I like to use the 1M tip, but so far I couldn't find my 1M tip where I put last time, so I use this one like a star tip. Remember to cut the end of the tube, the dough back there, so that the dough can flow through the tip to pipe. I secure the top by turning a few times, and I'm ready to pipe. Remember, need to secure the top, otherwise when you pipe, the dough will flow upward instead of downward. And that's it. You make a lot of them, and then we will get the jam to put in the center. I have this strawberry jam store-bought, but if you have homemade, even better. I like to make homemade jam, and then that's it. They are ready for the oven also. Now I get on with the chocolate chip cookies. I add brown sugar and chocolate chip and make a ball, and they all go to the went into the oven. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.